Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. This is Education USA Regional Webinar, and today I'm glad to invite you and welcome you to our new webinar about the topic of engineering. First of all, I would like to remind you that Education USA is a US Department of State network that offers and promotes US higher education to students around the world by offering accurate, comprehensive, and current information about opportunities to study in the post-secondary institutions in the United States. If you are interested in our events, please scan the QR code on the screen and register for our upcoming webinars and other events and programs. Today, I'm glad to welcome you and introduce our new webinar about empowering energy professionals, and we will talk about how English is important if you want to be a successful professional in different spheres, and we will focus mostly on engineering because this sphere is a bit comprehensive, I think. So today we will explore how engineers can leverage English to access cutting-edge research, collaborate with international communities, participate in international projects, and grow into strategic and leadership roles worldwide. I'm glad to welcome our guest today. We will start with Merike. Merike is from Kazakhstan, and he will talk about his experience connected with engineering sphere and also English language. Thank you, Merike, for joining us today, and the floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. Let me introduce myself. My name is Merike Baltaev. I am from Atyrau. Nowadays I work in Atyrau Oil Refinery. It's one of the three major refineries in Kazakhstan. It's located in the city of Atyrau, in western of Kazakhstan, near the Caspian Sea. The general information about my refinery, it's built 1945. 1 year ago, we celebrate 80 year. It's big of our plan to increase our processing crude in oil per year. Nowadays, our processing is 5.5 million tons crude in oil per year. Now, Atyrau Oil Refinery plays a key role in the western region of Kazakhstan. And about our products, I know about our oil products. It's gasoline we use in the car, dieseline, fuel, jet fuel we use in a plane, and liquid gas, petroleum cook with work with the aluminum industry, and the sulfur and the other petroleum products. And one about my experience with the C5+1E, it's one of the biggest projects in the world. I think it is a big motivate for students. And now I want to say about my short experience about with the program C5+1E. I want to say about reduction harmful of emission and losses of petroleum products at refineries. And I want to say about short information. And wow, it's not. Wait a minute, it's open. We open is another platform because in our oil refinery is so security is blocked as a strategic plant, because then they close this another different platforms in other countries. Then our colleague open in their platform. Yeah.
So we can see right now the slide with international engagement. Should we move to the next one, or you would like to stop here?
Let's download.
Yes, Marika, we can hear you.
We need to say without presentation.
Can you see it on the screen?
No.
It's on the screen already.
No.
So right now it's the slide international engagement. Maybe you could proceed with this one.
It's not open. It's download. It's open, but I don't see. I don't know why. I don't see the slides. First page, yes?
Yeah, we can move to the first page and its professional background. Yeah.
First about reduction half of emission and losses of petroleum products at oil refineries, and about my professional background. Nowadays I'm working in Atral oil refinery in position as senior operating of LP Atral oil refinery, responsible for operation efficiency and emission reduction, environmental and environmental stability indicators, and participant in refining modernization of projects. Second slide, the C5+1E program experience, international education program C5+1E, collaboration with the 5 countries, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, and Tajikistan, from the US professional and academic institutes, discussion of global environmental and sustainable challenges. And second page about international engagement. There is, I don't see, but in the project difference, it's a photo where we project show our projects in where we use our refinery. And second is regional meeting in the Tashkent with our colleague from another countries, Tashkent, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan. Cross-country collaboration on global environmental issues. Changes of the best participant between Central Asia and the USA. And second slide about environmental changes in oil refineries, leaks of emission of at the refinery are significant problem nowadays. Losses of mental and financial risks nowadays in the emission volume in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan takes the 14th of place, and but the cleanest country in the world in the air quality index. And 2023, the first place takes French Polynesia, second Mauritius, and the third Iceland. But now 5 or years we want to increase this top. We want to say in the top 5 to decrease the emission. And one of the biggest half of emission, it's first place the sulfur in our country, second carbon, and third is the nitrogen. More pollution in first is electric power, 940,000 tons, and second metallurgical industry, It's 760,000 tons in the third oil production, 520,000 tons in all oil companies. Second page, cost of petroleum products is losses is the main cause is the operation of tanks and operation of tanks, leaks of preparation of tanks from spring and autumn time, the reservoir dispersion and pipe systems and the overfilling tanks, delayed pairs, not control the quality control unit and timely ingredients checks, non-compliance with sampling and fuel transfer rules. Second page, methods for reduce from tanks. It's sealing tanks, regular maintenance, and the upgrading, doing the modernization, and the sealing process. The tank may include the following elements: its valves, seals, and monitor systems. The nowadays methods and technologies for ducting operation. It's the first is floating roof design, second operation control systems, third these to change airflow direction, and fourth of equipment for condensation in the tanks and the pontoons of tanks. Nowadays we use in our oil refinery. And with our oil refinery and with our biggest program, we planned input as a 9 pontoons. Second slide, examples for successful implementation at our oil refinery with a project with Tingis. Take the Tingis oil, we input all pontoons. Nowadays we plan it 9 pontoons. With Northeastern Company, Maxwell Continental Tank Service. The second page, integration of global knowledge through C5 plus 1E, the practical application knowledge gained through the C plus 1E program with operation implementation of strategic sustainable flame allegiant with international standards, straight regional cooperate through cross-broker knowledge exchange and collaborate environmental initiatives. In the bullet of conclusion, I want to say one short message for students. The future belongs to those who transform technology and engineering plus responsibility, sustainably count to low emission, minimal losses, sustainable enterprise. I want to say start local, think global, create a solution that change the world and save the earth. That's all.
Thank you so much, Marike. That was very nice and interesting to hear about your project. And since today we're talking about how English can empower your professional opportunities, maybe you could stop more and talk about your C5 plus 1 experience. How did you learn about this program and how helpful was it for you, especially in your professional development?
Now it's I'm 42 years old. After C5 plus 1 program, I for testing doing the test with IELTS test, and I take the 6.5, and now I take all my packet documents, and in our country we have one of the biggest program is the Bolashak. They they help to study education in the all over the world, and I don't know, but next year, maybe this year, I change a little bit, change in my life. I think maybe in the I'm study to MS in Massachusetts University, because it's free to study. It's with the help our biggest program is Bolashak, our country, Kazakhstan. It's opens the window. The window is open with help for me the C5 plus program. And now I have some contacts with other countries, with US, US university, when we study in C5 plus one program. All week we study with professors, with the techniques, engineers, and they give for me big experience and help for me in my life.
Great, amazing. Thank you so much. So you are ready to study in United States. Yeah, so I hope that this program was pretty helpful for you. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. I'm also glad to introduce our speaker, Ogulhan, and she will talk about her experience as well. I hope that we won't have any technical problems during the meeting, but if something happens, no worries. This is connection, so we can't influence it, unfortunately. Ogulhan, thank you for joining us today, and the floor is yours.
Good night, everyone. Can you hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, nice to see you and hear. Thank you for this possibility to talk and discuss about my journey with U.S. studies training courses. My name is Ogulhan Ernepesova. I have more than 23 years of professional experience in the gas sector. And over the past years, my work has increasingly focused on climate action, methane emission reduction, and international cooperations. When I listened the presentation and speech of my colleague Melike, I realized that gas sector where I worked has the similar problems in emissions, and it's especially nice to hear you about the experience of another Central Asia countries. Thank you, Melike. I started my career in the state energy sector, where I gained a deep technical and institutional understanding of how the oil and gas industry operates. Working from inside the system helped me clearly see where environmental challenges originate, particular methane emissions, and why practical industry-based solutions are essential. One of my key experience working in the United States was within the USAID program, Power of Central Asia, implemented in partnership with American company Tetra Tech. Together, we carried out methane emissions assessment at several gas production facilities of Turkmengas. As a result, we obtained detailed information on types and volumes of methane emissions, identified mitigation measures, and provided recommendations on monitoring and measurement equipment. The assessment report of Tetra Tech helped to Turkmengas, where I work today, to find the big reasons of methane emissions in the gas sector. And as a result of this assessment, today Turkmengas purchased a set of LDAR equipment with their software and installed it to one of the biggest gas productional sites. And now we have a good picture of our methane emissions volumes. Let's go further and to another big program. Another important project was implemented with US Deloitte company under the technical assistance program supported by the Bureau of Energy Resources of the US Department of State. This project focused on methane emissions and decarbonization in the oil and gas sector. We assessed emissions at Turkmengas field, identified wells as potential emission sources, calculated mitigation potential in both quantitative and financial terms, and provided clear technical recommendations, including repair works and equipment installations. As a result of this project, Turkmengas now is buying the set of sensor tools for installing them to the old gas wells and for picking up the volumes and quantity of the gas methane emissions. In addition, over the 3-year period, I worked closely with USAID on developing a long-term development strategy for Turkmenistan. I also participated in numerous seminars on renewable energy integration, methane reductions, and later on energy efficiency and energy saving, especially after the adoption of the energy efficiency and energy saving law in 2024. Through the Commercial Law Development Program of the U.S. Department of Commerce, supported by U.S. Department of State, I participated in several methane reductions initiatives. These included seminars held in Turkmenistan, Malaysia, and the United States, as well as expert-level study visits. Within this program, I also contributed to the development of a draft law of greenhouse gases, working together with the key national ministries and institutions. One of the big memories, it was the trip to Malaysia, where I met the 10 Asia countries management team from different ministers. Firstly, from the Minister on Environmental Protections representatives of Singapore, Malaysia, Central Asia countries, and etc. They were the representatives of 10 countries. Also, there was the big team of also there was the team of the US state.
I think we have some technical issues, dear viewers. Thank you so much for your patience, and our speaker will come back just in a few moments. But while we are waiting for her, I think now it's more clear how English can be important for such sphere, especially in engineering. And when you participate in such programs like C5+1, it's just the beginning. So after that, of course, you can continue your education and start your education in the United States as well. Participate in other projects, collaborate with international companies, and develop yourself professionally. Yeah. So yes, we can hear you. Thank you for coming back.
Do you see and hear me?
Yes, we can see and hear you.
Oksana, can
Yes.
I continue?
Yes, sure. Let's continue.
You didn't hear me, yes?
You stopped at your experience of participating in the project in Asia. Okay, so I think a few moments we need to bring our speaker back. While we are waiting, maybe Marika, you could also share a bit of your experience. Like Ogulhan mentioned that it's something similar that you work with together. So is it true? Do you have?
Now, my experience, I work with Uzbekistan of colleague, and we have some contacts and some of projects we do both, and
So it's
that's
a
all.
great opportunities to collaborate. Yeah, so that's wonderful. Was it like due to the program, or you participated in such similar projects before as well?
About similar
Mm-hmm.
project and about refinery, because in our Atrol, in our Kazakhstan, one of the biggest chemical industry with French company Accents. We built in our country, built in our refinery, one of the biggest project with aromatizing, when we use the paraxylene, where where we where we can take them all things with the plastic, for example, our T-shirt, our clothes. When we take the pic, we can see the polyester
Mm-hmm.
65%, 80%. It's and the second, the plastic with the mobile phone, everything, the cars. For example, all mechanisms with the plastic we can take with in oil products, and the chemical products, we want to increase in our country. And one of the first product of feed with oil, we produce the paraxylene. Is the first product when when with the processing we use paraxylene, then polyester terephthalate. Then with the chemical process, we take the polyester terephthalate is one of the biggest product for chemical industry. And some projects we uh, give some our experience experience our um, in our area.
Great, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. It's really useful, and I think it will be also important to hear for our speakers. Uh, I think due to some technical problems, we won't be able to bring Ogulhan back, but I hope that we will be able to meet with her later. So, all in all, to sum up our meeting, I think that it's necessary to say and underline that English is really important in even in such sphere as engineering, of course. First of all, because most technical information is in English, of course. So like books or some manuals, yeah, it's like always in English. You can use English for this international communication, and as our speakers shared already, you can participate in different projects all over the world. You can also study, continue education, participate in projects and programs all over the world as well. If you talk about programming, of course, there also will be in English, software and programming, like different programs also connected with engineering. And to sum up, like better job opportunities. If you study English, of course, you will have better job opportunities. You will be able to get the access to latest technologies and participate, develop yourself professionally. So thank you so much, dear Marike. Thank you, Ogulhan, for being able here and present for our speakers. I hope we'll be able to meet one more time and hear about your education in the United States already. So we wish you a successful application process and admission as well. And thank you for being with us today.